Imagine this. You walk into a crowded mall, and within 5 minutes, you're already exhausted. Not physically tired, mentally drained. The fluorescent lights feel like they're burning into your skull. Every conversation around you is bleeding into your ears at once. Someone's perfume is so strong you can taste it. And that background music. It's not background anymore. It's front and center, drilling into your brain. Everyone else seems fine. They're shopping, laughing, living. But you're running a marathon just standing still. Your nervous system is screaming at you to leave, and you haven't even done anything yet. Welcome to life as a highly sensitive person. And no, this isn't about being emotional or fragile. This is about your brain being wired like a high-definition camera in a world full of standard-definition screens. You're picking up details others don't even register. You're processing information at a level that would crash most people's internal systems. This isn't a weakness, it's a feature, but like any feature, it comes with a cost. Here's the mechanism. About 15 to 20% of the population has what psychologists call sensory processing sensitivity. Your nervous system doesn't have a filter. Most people have this built-in dimmer switch that turns down the volume on sensory input. Yours is stuck on full blast. Every sound, every texture, every emotional cue in the room gets processed with the same intensity. Your brain treats a flickering light the same way it treats a genuine threat. It's not that you're overreacting, it's that your system doesn't differentiate between big and small stimuli. Everything matters, everything registers, everything costs energy. Evolutionary biology explains why this trait exists. In ancient times, having a few people in the tribe who noticed everything was a survival advantage. You're the one who heard the branch snap before the predator attacked. You're the one who sensed tension in the group before conflict erupted. You're the one who noticed when food sources were changing or weather patterns were shifting. Sensitivity wasn't a bug. It was a feature that kept communities alive. The problem is, we're not living in small tribes anymore. We're living in cities with millions of people, constant noise, artificial light 24/7, and a culture that glorifies being busy and overstimulated. Your nervous system is still calibrated for a world that doesn't exist. Here's the cynical truth. The modern world wasn't built for you. It was built for the majority who can tune things out. Society rewards people who can work in open offices, attend back-to-back social events, and consume content non-stop without needing a recovery period. You need recovery time after a normal day that others would consider low-key. And society reads that as weakness. It's not. You're just running more sophisticated software on hardware that requires more maintenance. Now let's talk about the emotional component, because this is where things get brutal. You don't just process sensory information deeply, you process emotions deeply too. When someone in the room is upset, you feel it before they even say anything. You're absorbing their emotional state like a sponge. And it's not empathy in the way most people use that word. It's more like emotional contagion. Their stress becomes your stress. Their anxiety becomes your anxiety. You walk into a room, and you immediately downloading everyone's emotional data, whether you want to or not. Here's what's happening in your brain. Your mirror neurons are working overtime. These are the neurons that fire when you observe someone else's actions or emotions, allowing you to simulate their experience internally. For most people, this system operates at a moderate level. For you, it's maxed out. You're not just understanding how someone feels. You're experiencing a version of it yourself. This makes you incredibly attuned to other people's needs. You're the friend who notices when someone's smile doesn't reach their eyes. You're the one who can tell something's wrong before anyone says a word. But it also means you're carrying emotional weight that isn't even yours. The mechanism gets darker when you realize what this does to your relationships. You become a magnet for people who need emotional support. They gravitate toward you because you get it. You see them, you validate them in ways others don't, and you do it without even trying. It's automatic. But here's the glitch. While you're busy holding space for everyone else, your own emotional needs often go unmet, because expressing your needs feels too intense, too much. You've learned that when you share how deeply you feel things, people get uncomfortable. They tell you you're being too sensitive. They tell you to toughen up. So you start performing normalcy. You start pretending the volume isn't as loud as it really is. This is where the real damage happens. You begin to internalize the message that something is wrong with you. You start believing that your natural way of experiencing the world is a defect that needs to be fixed. So you push yourself to keep up with everyone else's pace. You say yes when your body is screaming no. You stay at the party when every cell in your body wants to leave. You work in environments that slowly drain your soul, because that's what you're supposed to do. And then you wonder why you're constantly exhausted. Why you need so much downtime. Why you can't just be normal. Here's the takeaway that nobody tells you. Your sensitivity isn't something to overcome. It's something to manage. And management looks completely different from what society prescribes. It means setting boundaries that other people will judge as excessive. It means leaving social events early and not apologizing for it. It means creating a living space that is a sensory sanctuary rather than following interior design trends that look good but feel chaotic. It means choosing careers and relationships based on your nervous system's needs, not on what looks impressive to others. You're not broken. You're specialized. But specialization comes with requirements. An athlete needs specific training and recovery. A musician needs instrument maintenance. You need environmental control and strategic energy management. The people who thrive with high sensitivity are the ones who stop trying to be like everyone else and start engineering their lives around their actual operating system. They cut their social calendars in half. They choose depth over breadth in relationships. They say no without explanation. They protect their energy like it's a limited resource because it is. The brutal reality is this: most people will never understand what it's like to be you. They'll call you high maintenance. They'll accuse you of overthinking. They'll suggest you just relax or stop being so intense. And you need to be okay with that, because waiting for external validation is a losing game. The world will keep demanding that you turn down your volume. Your job is to stop complying. Your job is to build a life that works for your nervous system, not against it. That's not weakness, that's survival. That's knowing yourself well enough to stop pretending you're someone you're not. And honestly, that's the most powerful position you can operate from.